Hi, I'm Prachi, Developer Relations Engineer at OpenMind. We are really excited to share that you can now build with OM1 without owning robots through simulation. Today, I'll walk you through step by step how to set up Gazebo with OM1. We have also linked our documentation in written format so you can find all the links and commands there. Let's begin. We can start with aligning the system configuration. You can run it on a Ubuntu machine which has at least 16 GB of RAM and 128 GB SSD for the setup to run smoothly. For GPU and CPU requirements, you can refer to the documentation. Next, we need to install all the necessary dependencies and softwares. Let's start with installing Cyclone DDS and ROS to Humble. First, open your terminal. To install Cyclone DDS, either you can follow this link or you can copy the instructions given below here. After these dependencies are installed, you can clone the repo. Create a new directory as per your preferred location. Make sure you update the location as per where you have created the directory. Once you have installed Cyclone DDS, you can install ROS to Humble. To install ROS to Humble, go to this link, copy these commands in a set of resources. Now you can run these commands to install ROS Humble desktop full. This will install ROS to Arwiz, Gazebo, and all the relevant packages. To install compilers and other tools to ROS packages, you need to install ROS DevTools. Now you need to install these additional dependencies for ROS to Humble and Cyclone DDS. Once you have done installing these, you can set up the environment by sourcing this file. Alternatively, you can also add it to your bash or zip files so that it's already sourced whenever you start up your system. If you don't have UV installed, you'll have to install UV by this command. Now we need to set up Cyclone DDS configuration. Go to the directory where you have installed Cyclone DDS. Open the file cyclonedds.xml. If it doesn't exist, you will have to create one. Copy this and paste it inside your file. Save and exit. Now open your bash or C file and copy these commands. Paste these commands in your file. Make sure you update the paths to your Cyclone DDS correctly. Now search the file to apply the changes. Alternatively, you can also copy all of this and paste it in your bash or C file and source it. Now we need to install ROSTEP to manage all the dependencies. Our system is now almost ready to get started with simulation. We now need to clone Unit3 SDK repository. Head over to the directory where you want to install or clone the repo. Head over to the clone repo. Create a virtual environment using the command uvvenv and install all the necessary dependencies. You'll first need to initiate ROSTEP. The next step is to build all the packages using Colcon build. This step might take some time. Once all of these steps are completed successfully, we can start the simulation. Copy these commands and run it on your terminal. You'll be able to see that Gazebo and Arvis would launch on your system. You can head over and add a camera to your Arvis as well. On your left panel, go to Add, go to Image, expand it, go to the topics, and choose Real Sense Color. You'll be able to see the stream from the camera on the Gazebo simulation. If you head over and see, you can scroll and check where exactly your robot is. Now to bring up the OM path topic, run this command. It will enable OM1 to understand the surroundings. Open a fresh terminal and run this. Now you'll be able to see that node is started. That means the command was successful. Now you can start OM1. To start OM1, you need to follow the installation guide for OM1. Open a new terminal. Move out of your Unit3 SDK. You might have to install port audio and FFmpeg. Copy these commands and paste it on your terminal. This will clone the OM1 repo, install all the necessary dependencies, create a UV environment, and also initiate all the submodules. Now we need to run Zeno ROS to bridge. You'll find the instructions on the link. Scroll down here under Linux. You need to copy this. You might have to enter your password. Once this is done, you need to install standalone executable with this command. After installing Xeno Roster Bridge, you can run it with the following command. Once this is done, you need to set up your API key in OM1. Head over to Portal, create a new API key, copy it, open VS Code, go to the config, open Unity, go to Autonomy Sim, paste your API key here, save the file, close it. Once you have done that, you can open a new terminal, go to the OM1 repo. You might have to install Python cycloneerias module to OM1. Once this is done, you can run the config file with uv run. You'll be able to see that OM1 is now running inside Gazebo. Let's go check it out. You can also see that the robot is moving autonomously. Tutorial for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and were able to run the simulation. In our upcoming videos, we would introduce how to do auto mapping and navigation in Gazebo and set up SLAM mode, navigation mode with OM1. If you run into technical issues or get stuck, feel free to reach out to us on our GitHub or Telegram channel.